Welcome to Macau. That was so easy. After a quick 1 hour ride with this super cool looking boat, turbojet, we're here.
It's not our first time in Macau since we probably came here quite often when we were still dating, when you came to visit me in Hong Kong.
It was at least over a decade ago.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't been here in a long time, and I think this time we are more interested in different things. Last time it was more about
gambling.
Casinos, like want to try gambling. We wanted to experience the huge hotels and buffets. Now I think we are more interested in some of the cultural elements of this amazing but tiny place. It'll be a different trip, I think.
So you're saying that we're not going to gamble?
A little bit, a little bit. How can you not when you're in Macau? So Macau, just like Hong Kong, are both special administrative regions of China. That means we had to exit immigration in Hong Kong, and once we're now in Macau, we have to go through immigration again to go to Macau. But I think a lot of countries get visa-free for 30 days in Macau. So yeah, make sure to check before you come here, but it is very, very tourist-friendly.
But if you want to skip the crowd, because there's quite a bit of people in front of us, we usually take the helicopter here, but it was all booked out.
Oh, booked. There was some deal, right?
Yeah.
But now there is a cheaper option, which is the bus that takes you on this beautiful bridge from Hong Kong to Macau.
It was so quick and easy.
So convenient.
It's too bad nowadays they don't stamp your passport anymore.
Oh, you didn't get a stamp both in Hong Kong and Macau?
Yeah, because my passport is still so new and there's not a lot of stamps on it. I like to collect stamps.
Okay, we have to go outside and find a bus to our hotel.
Cool.
See behind us, this is the Grand Lisboa. It's a very significant landmark in the city. Look at how beautiful it looks, colorful.
Every time I see it, I'm always impressed.
And I think it is one of the oldest establishments, like maybe not this one, but the original Lisboa is like one of the oldest gaming establishments in Macau.
There's something about this city that gives off this really fun vibe.
Yeah.
Everyone's here excited to come to Macau.
Excited to play. Even the kids, the adults, photographers, because it's such a photogenic city as well. You see our hotel?
Oh, the green one?
Pastel color one?
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. It stands out so much.
Yeah.
I love this old part of town because it has a mixed blend of the old architectures and the new modern buildings.
Yeah, I think Macau was a Portuguese colony for 400 years, I think. So a lot of the influences we see in the city are Portuguese, like these pastel color buildings down this main street. We're actually at a really good location. When I was younger, I remember coming to Macau, and this was one of the most famous kind of walking streets, souvenir streets, and we're just right next to it. This is perfect.
Babe, should we grab some snacks before we check in? What is it? It looks so good.
It's almond cookies.
Let's get some. Oh, it's so hot.
They also sell them for 100 for 3 boxes.
100 for 3 boxes. That's too much, no?
But you can see he's making them fresh. Like you pack them into a mold.
It's delicious. But it's quite dry. Good with coffee. We should get some.
This one is pork floss and seaweed.
This one is pork floss and seaweed.
Oh.
Seaweed.
both my favorite things in here.
We use like this.
You're very good at marketing. Two is enough.
Please, someone.
Thank you.
After arriving into Macau, it's already making us wanna eat, wanna shop, wanna do so much.
Such a fun
really
city.
good energy, and customer service is amazing.
And they all speak English.
Yeah, we speak English. And just around the corner of where we bought these little cakes just now is already our beautiful hotel entrance. This is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Nice and cold. Look at the light, look at the door.
All the little touches. Beautiful. She said this was going back to the 1940s, I think.
Wow. Look at that bathtub. And the shower head.
Even this is very cool. All of the knobs here. I've never seen this before. This is so interesting. How do you open this?
Let's see if we get any view. This is a wall.
Oh.
Automatic curtains. How fancy.
Wow. You do get a view. You get a view of the Grand Lisboa. And down here, this is the Senado Square, like the walking, kind of like a walking street in there.
Can you open it?
No.
It's locked.
I think it's probably locked for safety purposes. But the view is amazing from here, though.
Yeah, that's the street we just walked over.
So you can tell from here that this is a historic part of the city. Like, this stands tall amongst all the buildings here. Only the really, really tall ones are further outside of this area. Real quick, big thanks to Squarespace for continuing to support our channel. And if you're not familiar, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can build and manage your website. Whether you plan on selling physical products, digital products, or services, Squarespace has all the tools you need to start selling online. Their award-winning templates provide a beautiful foundation for you to get started. And their AI-powered design intelligence helps you work smarter by suggesting tailored designs and even assisting with copywriting. From there, you can have fun making it your own with their drag-and-drop editor and experimenting with endless color palettes to match your style. Just head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/FloraandNote to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now let's get back to the video.
Do you think this phone is actually working?
No way. There's sound coming from
Oh,
it,
really?
though.
Oh my god, that's awesome. It's working.
It works. But I don't know what the emergency number is in Macau, so just in case, we shouldn't call. But that is so neat.
There's a mini fridge in there.
She said the drinks in the mini fridge are included too. Wow. And all these coffees and teas. And oh, we can make our own coffee.
Even the grinder.
Yeah,
It's
and then
beautiful.
a pour over there. It feels like we are a rich couple back in the 1940s. We've stayed at many hotels. This one just gives you a feeling of you are in another place, like another time period. I think it makes it so special. Especially when you're in Macau and it's full of these modern luxury hotels, to be able to find something this charming, historic, but also very well thought out and detailed hotel. I'm really happy with this place.
Don't eat this on the bed.
We'll make a mess. But it's so light and airy.
Inside is pork floss, sesame seeds. Very delicious. Eat these in the bathtub. Babe, the phone is ringing. You have to pick it up.
係你好，係我哋而家落嚟。好，唔該晒，拜拜。Let's go down for our historic tour of this hotel. I've learned so much from Abby about the hotel, about Macau. I mean, this building is pretty interesting because it was the first building to even have an elevator in Macau. It was the tallest building in Macau for many years. And also...
The first to have the casino license.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Things.
So it really encapsulates the culture of Macau. And there's also a heartwarming story behind this hotel and how it has reopened now in 2024. So this hotel has a long history. It's built since 1928, but it eventually became run down and also became a heritage building, basically. But in 2016, the president of one of these big companies in Macau, his name is Simon Siu, he bought this building because he lived across from it in his childhood. He saw this, beautiful, luxurious, classy building in his childhood, and he's always wanted to go inside to explore, but got kicked out. Because
back then, this has a casino.
It was fancy.
He was too young to go inside.
He was too young and it's fancy.
Yeah.
So he eventually bought it. It took him over 7 years to even negotiate how to fix this up, hire interior designers, everything to redo this hotel in a way that fits with the theme of the hotel and the history of the hotel. And it wasn't cheap too. It was 2.2 billion Hong Kong dollars, and it's still not done because they're still working on the first and the second floor to make it a shopping mall area. It's pretty neat. Yeah, this hotel is one of the coolest hotels we've stayed in, I think.
It's pretty crazy that when he was a kid, he was like, "Oh yeah, you won't let me in? I'm gonna buy this hotel."
Yeah, and
when
he wasn't joking. He did it. That's the coolest part of it.
So where are we going now?
We are gonna go to Punyakai in Portuguese. Rua do Punha? I don't know how to pronounce the names of the places. But basically it is on a different part of Macau. So this is called Macau Peninsula where we are, but there's 2 other islands. So the one we're going to is called Taipa or Tamzai. And this street is like a walking street. There's lots of food there, kind of like older buildings. So we'll go explore that. So taking the bus is probably the most convenient and the most popular way of getting around Macau. They have a light rail system, but it doesn't really cover, I think, that many places in the city. And taxis, I think, are not, we don't see a lot of them, and it might be expensive. Not even sure if they have things like Uber. I think it was banned, like ride-hailing apps. So yeah, taking the bus, it's very well connected. You just need to carry some cash or go and get a card, like a Macau, I think it's called like a M-Pass card. So you can put money in there and use it in convenience stores or also for public transportation. Everyone is getting off here. This is a famous street.
It looks so cute. and colorful. And I smell something delicious.
There's so much food just on this little place here, and even lots of baked goodies.
But we shouldn't eat too much.
No, we shouldn't.
Maybe grab a snacks or something to drink because we have a special dinner tonight.
Yes. Oh, it's this place.
What is it? Portuguese egg tart?
Yeah, Lord Stowe's egg tart. How bad is the lineup right now?
It's pretty bad.
But I feel like I should try it.
Of course, you're here already.
Right?
Yeah. You go line up.
It's actually going really fast.
Success.
Success. It
How many
was
did you get?
11. I don't know what the currency is called. It's
Macau dollar.
It's MOP, Macau Pataka. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, I give them Hong Kong dollars and they give me Macau money back. So we'll try to use it up while we're here. But it was worth the wait. It was only about 5 minutes.
Oh, that looks delicious, actually.
Looks so good. It's so hot inside.
Is it really that good?
And you can see how much filling is in it. It's pretty crazy, actually.
Tastes like soft, sweet cement.
It's super eggy. So aside from all of the food vendors and all the street food you can find in this street, which is called Hunyagai, you can also get a lot of souvenirs. Hi! You can get a lot of souvenirs, like lots of almond cookies and pastries and beef jerky, pork jerky, a bunch of different stuff that you would come here to buy for your family and friends after visiting Macau. It's a very, very lively street and definitely one you don't want to miss if you come visit Macau.
Where are you taking me now? It feels a bit haunted. Feels empty.
We are like a couple minutes away from the busy street where we were just now. This is called the Yik Long Old Firecracker Factory. And what is interesting about this place is it is kind of abandoned now. The government is trying to refurbish this area to keep the history of this going. But what happened here was they used to make a lot of firecrackers in Taipa. So back in the day, this was a huge producer of it and they export it, and perfect, right, for all the Chinese New Year festivals, new business festivals. So it's a very celebratory thing to be making, except it's also very dangerous. So I don't know when it happened, but there was a fatal explosion here at the factory. It does give you kind of a little bit of like an eerie feeling.
When I was little, I used to play with firecrackers all the time. And I would hold it and light it up and wait until it's almost to the end where it's about to explode and then throw it. Because it's more cool that way.
So risky.
Sometimes we're in the rice field, we put it in buffalo poo. Light it up and we run away and it just explodes. Poo would be flying everywhere. That's what I did when I was young.
That's a very boy type of childhood, I think.
Thai boy.
Yeah,
Thai
my
boy.
sister and I would never be able to do anything like that. So we're just walking towards the place where we're going to have dinner tonight, and we are really excited because we'll be meeting Karen and Julio, who are our subscribers, but also they live in Macau now and know so much about Macau. So we're really eager to learn more about the food, more about the culture with them. So if you know anything about the early 2000s, like canto pop music or rock music
in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, Macau, actually honestly international because I heard it in Canada too. He's part of this duo, him and his twin brother were solar, and they made amazing music. My sister was a huge fan. I listened to it all the time at home.
I knew him when I went to university in
Hong Kong for...
I mean, like, I know who he is. I didn't know him.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is kind of the ambassador, the face of Macau for many years now. And when he knew that we're coming to Macau, him and his wife both wanted to show us around and give us a bit more insight into the culture and, you know, a little local perspective of this beautiful city.
For having us, guys.
Cheers.
Is it alcohol?
Cheers.
Is it alcohol?
Cheers.
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 This is fake, right? This is fake, fake syrup. Fake syrup.
I mean, this is a non-alcoholic drink. There's no alcohol in this.
The kids are having them.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't even know the origin of this. Is it typically Macau or?
What is
It's
it?
a fig syrup, but it's not
no.
like very strong or
Portuguese,
very
right? Yeah, so it's
sweet.
one of the
It's
things
just kind
developed
of
here. Yeah,
refreshing
from
and
data.
fruity.
But fig is
You know,
from
like
Portugal. is
almost
full
like
of figs, right?
prune raisiny fig
We don't have
taste
figs
to
in
it.
Macau.
So
Very nice.
it's-
Never had
it's
anything like this
interesting because
Do they have a version that has alcohol in it, or it's always just?
Just like this.
no, it's just like
Would be good with alcohol. In it. Just saying.
I agree. I actually.
So Julio and Karen has invited us for dinner here, also with their friends who are a Macanese family, and we wanted to learn more about Macanese culture. So they're the perfect people to ask. I think it is a blend of Cantonese and Portuguese cultures, but they will tell us more about it.
It's so interesting just observing them. You speak
Portuguese
Cantonese.
and Cantonese and English.
kids.
They're like just so multicultural
Between you
and
guys Portuguese, right?
depends.
Chinese and Portuguese.
When she's pissed off,
All languages come out.
but the kids now go like they learn Portuguese and Mandarin in school, speak English to each other, but at home they also speak Cantonese with their mom.
yes.
I think we speak more Mandarin.
4 languages.
But we are more typical of the generation that we speak Cantonese, but we don't read or write it particularly,
Yes.
unless we studied it. If not, yeah, the growing up in Macau, pretty much the Macanese community just spoke Cantonese without reading or writing. Yeah.
I also cannot write Chinese.
And you read?
I can read some now because I watch a lot of television and I sing a lot of karaoke with my family.
Yeah, same here. I learned on the
Yeah, so I can read it now, like I think 70%, but I still cannot
You
write
do a
it.
lot of fill in the blanks, right?
Yeah, it's like this and this. Oh, that must be that. So. So just 15-20 minutes into the dinner, I already learned something new. Macanese culture is not as simple as we thought it was. It isn't just Cantonese and Portuguese influence, because dating back to like the 16th century, like the Portuguese did a lot of traveling, exploring. They stopped in many places, things like Africa, Malaysia, India, lots of places, and they collected a lot of goods like spices and other kind of stuff. And when it came to Macau, all of that was incorporated into the cuisine here at the time. And so its influences from many, many different cultures.
Macau's story is about people from different origins meeting in this place.
Yeah.
So actually, it's fascinating because you see Julio's parents, us, me, my mother, and my father. They met. My mother was mixed already, Macanese, right? So mixed for many generations. And my father, she met when she was studying in Portugal, and she brought him here, and I was born here. So you know, there's some magic here in Macau that attracts people from different places too. There's a romantic story about it.
True.
I like this version so much.
and hot on the bum.
Heat is seat.
It's another very beautiful but very hot day here in Macau. Today we're going to stay in the Macau Peninsula area, which is where the hotel is, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. So we'll do some exploring around this area. Today Julio and Karen are going to come back to join us and show us a bit more of the places that they like to eat at.
Michelin 2024.
What is
Oh, 5 years.
Did you skip 1 year? Ha, what happened then?
So this place is called Wengay, I think.
Here, tofu or tofu farm, is the best here. Of course, you can try everything else. The noodles is good too. So
What do you usually have?
we have the tofu noodles and also we have the chuhou. Sorry, it's chuhou, right?
Like duck blood. It's like a blood jelly.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll try it. First tofu pho
Yeah.
in a long time.
It's very refreshing actually. I've been always wanting to order this, but I always get too full after my meals, so now I'm gonna start with my dessert.
That's why.
Flora has a habit of eating dessert first before her main meal.
She eats what she likes.
It's actually a while.
Yeah. There's a Chinese saying though, 心甜口福. So eat the sweet or like choose the sweet life before the rough life.
This one is tofu and egg noodles.
You notice this tofu? It looks like extra silky and smooth because it's made in-house. And not just the tofu is made in-house, but also the egg noodles. Since 1958.
Like some nice tea oil.
Very comforting. I like chops like this. It feels homey. Portuguese pancake. What's the Portuguese?
I actually have no idea. I've heard of like a pudding before that's famous here, but then this one looks like a crepe.
Yeah, they look like crepe.
Let's try it.
Look at that. Nice and hot.
If you want to add some toppings, the Portuguese people like to add the cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Oh,
Yeah.
we love cinnamon.
You can do by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you call this again?
Tripa de ovos moles. The
Tripa de ovos
Portuguese.
moles.
There's no way you can pronounce that.
Tripa de ovos moles.
Wow, I didn't realize Portuguese is so hard to pronounce.
And let's not start with the R's, because Portuguese, to pronounce the R in the beginning of a word, you say. So to repeat is repeat.
Like tripas. Can you say
And there's also two.
tripas?
When it's two,
Tripas.
and when there's two R's in the middle, it's a gach.
Gah.
Yeah. And so to say to recur, recorrer, because there's the R in the beginning, there's two R's in the middle, and there's the last I can't even do it.
I can't even roll my R's.
To recur. Recorrer.
Recorrer. I
Exactly.
grew up in Portugal. So.
Recorrer.
Okay, this looks so good. This looks delicious.
I went to see you Thailand, right? I want to see you talk Thailand.
ขอบคุณครับ
เมาแล้ว
Look at the juices oozing out.
The 500-year-old egg recipe.
My auntie in Thailand said, let's open in Thailand one of these. Oh, yeah.
This would sell in Thailand too. Thailand love chewy dessert, chewy
Wow.
snacks.
This is delicious. Oh, we need to
you-
share.
yeah.
Sorry guys, you have to order your.
Would you like to try one? See, this is something I never knew Macau had. People come here, of course, to go eat the egg tarts, the almond cookies. That's all what I knew of Macau. But this is very unique.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Nice
See
to
you
meet
next
you.
time.
See you. So nice.
That's so satisfying.
We'll go for a walk to digest.
Yes.
Perfect.
I have been here many times. I have never seen the back side of this. And I think majority of the people who came to Macau before probably didn't get to see this.
They wouldn't walk over here.
No.
Yeah, look, everyone is down there.
Exactly.
And it's still beautiful.
They use this as the iconic East meets West in the religious term, where you have a Catholic church with a Chinese traditional temple stuck next to each other in harmony.
Wonderful.
So before we leave, we are going to try our luck at the casino. Not much, but you know,
20 Hong Kong dollars.
yeah, leave our little mark in Macau, right, before we leave.
Contributing to
To the economy of Macau.